What's up, Chicago? Welcome to Intellectual Radio. Yes, we on CPT time today. I know you thought I wasn't coming, baby. But popping off every Friday, 7 p.m. CPT time, okay? Now, always remember, welcome to Intellectual Radio. Popping off will highlight Black entrepreneurs that are productive members of society. I'm going to update you on all the popping news, the good, the bad, and the ugly of Local 308. You know, sometimes I do the Lori Lightfoot Progress Report, but this week we're going to switch it to the golfer that we got down there in Local 308, Eric Dixon. Upliftment of Black people and all people, probation, bail, jail, and send them straight to HELL. All right. Now, popping off. It's second to none. P is for powerful. O is for originality. The other P is for professionalism. The next P is for Pretty Finesse Cosmetics. Y'all, my daughter done revamped Pretty Finesse Cosmetics. I don't know if y'all ready, but I'm going to show it to y'all as the show is going on. I is for informative. The other N is noticeably beautiful. Listen, I had my black dress on, baby. But since my guests have their shirts on, I had to put a shirt on. O is for 100% correct, and the other F is for fearless, and the last F is favorite beyond belief. I'm going to tell it how it TI is. This is deception and medicine. We're going to tell it the way that we see it, because remember, we all share different views, different ideas, different opinions, different perspectives. So my perspective may not be Terry's perspective, and Terry's perspective may not be Cheryl's perspective. So I want you guys to press share, because last week I did not come to Intellectual Radio from my original page, because y'all know the union had me flagged. Okay? Now, remember, the views shared and expressed on this show does not represent Intellectual Radio or Cheryl Sistrunk if I didn't say it. As I said before, we all share different views, different opinions, different thoughts, different ideas, and different perspectives, but we're going to tell it the way that we see fit. This is a democracy, and a lot of people do not understand that. This is not a dictatorship. We move Chicago, and also CTA employees can halt Chicago. I know they don't think we can, because a lot of us are not together, but the moment that all of the Rainbow Coalition, the Black, the white, the Mexicans, the Hispanic, all of the different people that move Chicago come together, we can definitely halt Chicago. So I want to introduce my guest for tonight. Okay, we're going to start with this lovely African queen, Miss Terry Rude. She's an activist. She's a union organizer. When I saw that she was a union organizer on this paper, I say, baby, I need you. And she's a parent. And then Miss Beautiful. And guess what her name is, y'all? The queen of all queens, Cheryl Connor. She has my name, you guys. And it's spelled correctly. C, not the SH people. We're not no kidding, y'all, okay? She's a doctor with internal medicine, and she's a mom. The greatest thing that is next to God's heart is a mother. Do you know that? And a lot of people don't know that until they have children. A lot of y'all may say, no, not for me. But if you don't become a parent or a godparent or a step parent to these children, you will not really understand the heart and the love that we have for the city of Chicago. So I want to start directly with Miss Terry Rude. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Then after Terry finished, Miss Cheryl Connor, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Then we're going to go directly into the things that you may feel about the COVID-19 shot, the pros, the cons, and just your own personal ideas. So come on, beautiful Miss Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry Rudd, and as Cheryl said, I'm an activist, have been an activist for a long time in the community, and I'm also a union organizer for the Chicago Teachers Union, and I'm also a parent, a grandparent, and this latest pandemic has it's really gotten us very involved, and it's very I don't know, it's very disarming, and it's caused a lot of grief, and I don't know, it's just hard. It's hard on teachers, it's hard on students, our community, so anyway, that's who I am, Cheryl.
That is so beautiful. Come on, Miss Cheryl.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Connor. I am a doctor in Chicago. I take care of adults who are hospitalized. So I've taken care of so many COVID patients in the last 18 months. And I also have three daughters. The older two are in CPS, the younger one is still at home. And I'm really excited and glad that you invited us here to talk about the vaccine. I'm very passionate about it. Very passionate about trying to keep all Chicagoans safe from this terrible pandemic.
Dude, is anyone looking at Cheryl's earrings? This is the vaccine volumes of empty vaccine volumes earring. That is so beautiful. Did you see them, Terry?
Yes, I saw them.
That is so gorgeous. Which vaccine is them you're wearing?
This is the Pfizer vaccine. The Moderna is very big, so you can like make necklaces with it. And my sister makes these, and she calls them vaccine bling. And yeah, I have a pair on today.
I'm gonna have to buy a pair of vaccine thing. Okay, now this show is not to encourage or to discourage you from taking the vaccine. Okay, because a lot of people are pro it and a lot of people are against it. And I understand it both ways. Growing up, one brick from poverty, living in Robert Taylor, I understand when people say, yeah, I'll take the vaccine. Then you will hear people saying, no, I will not. But the city of Chicago has made a mandate that either you take the shot or you will be unemployed. So working for CTA, we have until November 1st to take the vaccination. And they really haven't said too many specific words as to if you don't take the vaccination that you're going to be fired. But I done heard a couple of birdies talking. And they said if you are not fully vaccinated by November 1st, they're not just going to tell you, give you an extension on when you need to come back. Now, this is all alleged now. What my alleged saying? This is alleged, respectfully. They're going to be issuing termination papers. So I would love for you to start, Cheryl, and then I want you to chime in, Miss Terry, and tell me, you could tell us about the patients. You could tell us about the vaccination, because, I have a question about the vaccination. Matter of fact, I'll start with that, because you hear so many different things that they say about Pfizer, that they say about Moderna, and then also that they say about Johnson & Johnson. With Johnson & Johnson, they say, don't take Johnson & Johnson unless you want cancer. So I hear that one. But with the Moderna, they're saying that it has 100 micrograms. And then with the Pfizer, I've heard it has 30 micrograms to 60 micrograms. Can you verify either?
Yeah, that's correct about Moderna being 100 micrograms and then Pfizer being 30.
So what does micrograms mean? Because I'm a third grader. I want you to teach me today.
Right. So micrograms are a very, very small, tiny unit of measurement. So like a milligram would be like what your normal medications are, like where you have 10 milligrams of a medication. A microgram would be 100 times smaller than that. So it's like even very small, very little tiny. That's why the vials are so tiny. These hold 6 doses of Pfizer in this tiny little vial because it's just such a small amount.
So with the 30 micrograms, with Pfizer, would that protect you better than the 100 micrograms with Moderna?
Well, right now, both Pfizer and Moderna will protect you very well. The only thing is that there is some evidence showing that the lower dose of Pfizer means that you might need a booster after 6 to 8 months, whereas Moderna, the booster is, it seems like the immunity to the virus lasts a little bit longer.
Okay. So, Miss Terry, tell me about what the Chicago Teachers Union is doing now.
Well, the Chicago Teachers Union is organizing and fighting for an agreement with the mayor, who hasn't given us an agreement yet. in terms of metrics. They rolled back from last year the metrics and the safety metrics that they had in place. And that was with no students. But now with students, they decided to roll back and she's not moving. And we're saying that we need more safety measures inside these classrooms. We need testing every day. We need, what is it, contract tracing for students.
Absolutely.
Right now, it's unfortunate because, but last week, two parents died at a West Side school.
Have mercy,
And
Jesus.
the school, 11 out of 17 classes had already been quarantined. So the school was a hot mess. And none of these safety measures were in place. And so we're saying that the mayor has big responsibility for all this stuff that is happening inside the schools and with our communities that she needs to address and give us an agreement.
Absolutely. So, my son attends elementary. He goes on 50th and Drexel. And what I'm wondering about Revis is being a parent, being a mother, raising children. I did love the option that CPS did give us last year to do e-learning. I didn't appreciate that e-learning was taken off the table without a vote, you know, and I don't appreciate not knowing if the staff is vaccinated because I know that the staff doesn't have to be vaccinated until October 15th.
Yeah, that's when the mandate takes
That's
place.
when the mandate takes place. So I don't appreciate that. I don't know, you know, and my son is in a classroom with 25, 30 people, and and it's actually chaos to me. Sure, he's wearing his mask. Sure, I'm giving him black elderberry chews to chew every day before he leaves out the door and when he comes back because he's only 11. He's not eligible to take any of the vaccines. So I love and want to congratulate Chicago's teacher union for everything that they push back. As a parent, I've been a parent for 31 years, and Chicago's teachers union is probably and probably is, I will say is the best union that we have in the city of Chicago. I have not seen anything better. I know that they got teamsters and different people, but the people that matter to me is CTU and definitely the lovely lady Karen that headed it, and all of the people that work and fight for the citizens and the mothers and the parents and the students of Chicago. We want to also thank you for everything that you have done, Miss Terry. Because I know it is hard listening to the machines in the room when people can't breathe and different things. But I know that the mandate that is all over the city of Chicago can help the ones that feel that this may be the right choice for them. Some people may feel this is not the right choice, and we're not here to throw stones at anybody. If you decide to be vaccinated, God bless you. If you don't decide to be vaccinated, God bless you. But I want you to tell us a little more, each of you young ladies, of the turmoil that happens with being unvaccinated or just the crowded schoolrooms or the crowded operating rooms and different rooms in the hospital.
Yeah, well, I think that it was a very, very scary year because, we were dealing with a brand new disease that we had never taken care of before. And just like the uncertainty of those first few months, like we didn't even have any medications really to treat anything. We were just giving people oxygen and hoping for the best. It was terrifying to be there as a doctor, and even more scary as a patient. And it is one of the worst feelings in the world if you can't breathe. And so watching people do that and watching people younger than me do that
Have mercy.
was, oh my God, it was awful. So, yeah, that was a lot. So there's some good news though, is that we have had some big data trials that show that there are some medications for severe COVID. There's some medication we can give if people are exposed to COVID but haven't yet caught it, or if they're very early in their course and not severe yet. that can prevent them from getting severe. So there's been some great medical breakthroughs as far as
Beautiful.
treatment. And then, of course, one of the biggest breakthroughs that we've been talking about here a little bit is the vaccine and being able to like really prevent it on a population level. It has been like one of the other really great things. Last year, when it happened around Christmas time, I was like, it's a Christmas miracle that we have these vaccines because after watching so many people suffer, it felt like there was maybe some light at the end of the tunnel.
Beautiful. Miss Terry.
Okay. Well, my son drug me out of the house in order to get my vaccine. I was in the middle of a meeting up at work, and he said, you got to come get the vaccine," because they had extra um, um, vaccine right at Roseland Hospital. He said, and they're just going to throw it away. And I said, "Chris, I'm in the middle of a meeting." He said, turn the computer off, get in the car, and meet me at Roseland Community Hospital." And that's what I did. And I am so glad he made me do it because I felt a lot safer. I was going crazy in that house like most of us were.
Right.
And with all the demonstrations that were going on against police brutality and police violence, that's the only thing that saved me mentally, is getting out the house and doing that. And then with the vaccine, after I got it, I said, okay, I won't die. I might get sick,
right,
but I'll be all right. So I'm glad I did it, and would encourage everyone to do it because that's what's going to keep our community safe. And yeah.
So, Miss Terry, listening to Cheryl, listening to Terry say that they were going to throw the vaccine away if people didn't hurry and take the vaccine. What does that mean? Does that mean that it lasts a certain amount of time or what?
Exactly. No, that's exactly what it means. The vaccine is kept at very cold temperatures. And then once it has been thawed and is ready to be used, it has a time limit before it starts breaking down and will no longer be effective. So there's definitely, like, if you decide that this vial will be used, I'm going to give a shot to this person. You have a few more shots in the vial, and if there aren't people there to give them to, then it could go to waste in a few hours.
So how many shots is in the vial?
So in Pfizer, there's 6 shots. I don't know how many are in Moderna, but it's a much bigger vial. But it's also
it may take more. It may do more.
Yeah, and it's a higher dose, but I think that we definitely don't want to waste any vaccine. And I think
absolutely
that's really, I'm so happy that he called you and you got those extra, those doses. That's wonderful. Yeah, I just think that we have plenty of doses here in the U.S. And so we should really be trying to get them into as many people as possible because, he wasn't wrong and you weren't wrong. Like we see from this past summer that all of these deaths that happened from the Delta were mostly 95% of them were unvaccinated. And like, that's just like heartbreaking. 95%, like we could have prevented those deaths. And it's really just sort of classic that the US hasn't prevented stuff enough, right? That's like kind of how it goes here. But so anyway, but I think, so I'm really glad that you got protected. So that's great.
So, a lot of people that are not vaccinated yet, they feel that it's a trick, because of so many things that have happened in the past. A lot of people don't trust the U.S. government now. They lied about this, they lied about syphilis, and they lied about so many things. But I was talking to a gentleman named Landry Reeves. He's an ex-Chicago police, and he was saying, even as little children, you were vaccinated to get into grammar school. So I listen to different people's perspective because no one is wrong with their perspective. Everybody have a different idea about it. And when I hear people say that they don't want to be vaccinated, or then I hear people, because at CTA, you have until November 1st. And if you do not get vaccinated, they're prepared to hire. They're already hiring and bringing back all of the instructors and bringing up a whole new part-time force instead of elevating the people that's been there 8 years struggling with $16 an hour. So the union, that's why when I heard that you said that you were a union organizer and CTU, I could learn a lot from you because I'm looking at all of this elegant gray hair, that, and that all that wisdom that you have. And I definitely, I'm a sponge right now. And I'm learning to fight for the things that are right in the community. Being a single mother raising my children, I want the best, not just for my children, for everybody's children. And it is absolutely horrifying and pitiful working for a billionaire that don't see your value, that don't see your worth. And that is why a lot of people that work at CTA is not in the rush to be vaccinated because they think that they can just be fired, draw unemployment, and then go find them another job somewhere else. But the way this is set up, everybody is mandating it that you do need to be vaccinated. So there may be people that will be vaccinated by November 1st. And I think it's going to be a lot of people that is not going to choose to stay at CTA. And then also, I'm wondering, is the HIPAA law still in effect? Does the Privacy Act still work? Because I know that when you have AIDS, you don't notify people that you have AIDS. You know, that's not something that people tell. But to see supervisors and managers coming up to employees saying, did you get vaccinated yet? Do you need help loading your vaccination card on the computer? When have people ever walked up to people wondering about their medical history? I think some things that they're doing, how sneaky that they are trying to find out. Did you go get vaccinated? And I can help you load it on the computer when we can't use our cell phones. Why are you prying around into people's private life? You don't ask people, do they have HIV and syphilis and herpes? So why would you ask me if I'm vaccinated? I feel that if I want to tell you I'm vaccinated, that is my choice. I shouldn't just have to tell you I'm vaccinated because you are an authority figure. And I feel that it's wrong. Do y'all have anything to say about that?
I think that I think that the mistrust you point out is really important. Especially, you can't ignore like the historical racism in the U.S., especially after the last year, right?
Yes.
So I think that mistrust is very understandable, and like you have to meet people where they're at. And for me, I also don't trust the U.S. government or the big pharmaceutical companies to be acting in our favor, right? They're trying to turn a buck and keep us on where they need us to be. So I understand that. I do trust all of the scientists and the workers that were fighting for humanity to get through this, that developed these technologies, that have been studying them for years. Do you know what I mean? That's who
Exactly.
I trust. And I think also that the thing that's been reassuring to me is how many doses we've given. I wrote it down because I knew I was coming on here. There's been 3.6 billion doses of these vaccines given worldwide. That's a lot of test cases to see whether there's a problem with these vaccines, and they have been very safe. So to me, that was also like very reassuring. I can trust in those large numbers that we like have not seen problems. As to the question of privacy, yeah, you're right. Like people's health records are very private information for them. But I did have to submit that my kids have been vaccinated for them to be in CPS. You know what I mean? Like that is paperwork I had to turn
How old
over.
are your children?
I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
So they let the 9-year-old be vaccinated?
No, but they're other vaccines. They're other childhood vaccines.
Okay.
Just an example.
Just
you know
the
what
regular.
I'm saying?
Okay.
Like the regular vaccines, like the MMR and the hepatitis B and all that. They do ask for, like, they've asked for those vaccine records for a long time. And same thing at the place I work. It's a hospital, so you have to also show your vaccination records for the flu, for hepatitis B. So I kind of feel like there is a slight difference with vaccination records that's been long-standing for.
But that's for school. That shouldn't be for employment, that you have to show your employer just a random person that comes to your station just to say hello, and they're looking for your vaccination records. That is
Right.
a Privacy Act that they're not supposed to even be talking about.
I have to show my employer my
But
vaccination.
you work at the hospital.
But I work at a hospital. So
we
there is
we
a
work with the
difference,
public,
maybe.
just sitting, and I'm pretty sure all of the public that comes in there is not vaccinated,
Mhm.
that we work with every day. But I'm saying that to see supervisors and managers coming in a coy way, a coy, slick way,
Right.
asking questions that they ain't got no business asking. That's
Right.
just like asking, you know, how many men you sleeping with or what. That's none of your business.
What if you ask them, are you vaccinated? Will they answer?
No, they're not gonna answer because they're gonna, because they are
Right.
an
Yeah.
authority figure. But this is the
Right.
key. We don't want people using their position as managers, as supervisors, violating and belittling employees anywhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
We don't want you to use your position as a way to do wrong to people. Like, and this is just my opinion, the mayor of Chicago. Here, CTU is asking, listen, we want to make sure these safety precautions is put together. Instead of her pushing and agreeing with them, she's pushing back, and she wants to show everybody in Chicago, I'm the mayor and I can do what I want to do. But baby, I want to let you know, Lori, you're a one-hit wonder in Chicago. And I used to do the Lori Lightfoot progress report, and she knows Cheryl Sistrunk very well. And you get an F again, baby.
Well,
And
well,
it is
Cheryl,
ridiculous.
I think there's two different things going on here. I think you're right. I think the bosses that we work for,
That's right.
and even the ruling class. This is my activist voice coming out now.
Come on, beautiful.
They want to use this for their purpose. Right now, they've got all our children in school, and like you said, they're not worried about metrics for them. They're not worried about making sure testing is there. They want to make sure that their parents are out in these jobs that pay $10, $15 an hour. That's not a living wage. That's why they didn't have the option of remote learning, because they want people back in these low-paying jobs, and they need parents to be able to do that, right? So that's why their kids are in school. So when they do stuff, they don't do it for our purpose.
That's right.
They do it to make money. They do it to make sure that they have their economy is working, because it's in the shit can. Ooh, excuse me.
That's
It's
good.
in the can right now. Right? And they need to make sure that the economy gets better, and they're going to do it off our backs. And that's what they've always done. But then the other part of the question, how do we as a class, as workers, keep ourselves safe? Because the numbers are here. Over 700,000 people have died from this. And the numbers are still coming. So how do we take control of our own safety? Because the bosses aren't going to do it. They're not going to do it. So we have to.
That is so beautiful. I just love you guys' passion and everything that you're conveying to Popping Off on Intellectual Radio, but also about the schools. I know that they need the children in the schools to get all the grants and all of the money that they want. So this is why they didn't offer e-learning, because the first day of school, I was not sending my son because I thought I'm looking at the computer and trying to tap in and put his old ID number in, and I say, ain't no e-learning. And that's the only thing that I really despise, that we wasn't given a choice as parents to say, I want my child to stay home or I want my child to go back to school, because the first week my son caught a cold. So being the parent that I am, I'm taking Ester C and giving him black elderberry. I gave him tea and I nursed him back. I kept him home a couple of days and nursed him back and make sure that he takes these black elderberry chews before you go out the door, give him warm to come back, make sure that we're washing our hands 10, 15, 20 times a day. So that's just small things that me being a parent that I make sure I do to my children, my little bitty son, because he is not old enough to take the vaccine, but he's been vaccinated for everything else that you need to get into school. But this deception and then betrayal that they got rolling around in Chicago, baby. They need a whole foot. Girl, where's my son? They need a whole foot up their shabash, y'all. They do. It's called foot in the... This is it shows the diagram of my foot in somebody's... No. But listen, I want to thank you guys for stopping in just to give me your perception and your thoughts and your ideas, because Each one teach one. And a lot of people don't understand that from the heart reaches the heart, you know? And maybe what you said today may touch somebody's heart, looking at intellectual radio, popping off with Cheryl Sister. And they may say, you know what, I don't want to be vaccinated. And then listening to the things and the numbers that you have said may change their mind, you know? So you never know. But I know November 1st now. Don't y'all wait all day, because if your light bill due, get vaccinated. If your gas if your gas bill due, get vaccinated. If you got another hustle, you ain't got to get vaccinated, okay? Y'all worry about selling drugs or selling weed, go that way. But if you're trying to be a productive member of society, and you're trying to make your children to be productive members of society, and you want them to see that their mother, that their father is working and is fighting for your rights here in Chicago, do what you feel is best. But no decision is the wrong decision. The only decision that is wrong if you're in the hospital talking about help. Okay? So we don't want you hollering for help when they're giving you help right now. Okay? But we got to roll on down the street to Deception Lane at 11204 Southwestern. And we have to talk about local 308, and they golfing. I mean, they put a notice out. Y'all gonna love this, baby. They put a special bulletin out canceling a mass meeting that was for October the 12th, right? They say due to COVID-19 epidemic. Listen now. The executive board has suspended the October 12th mass membership meeting.
Why?
They say due to COVID-19. But wait now. I love how you said why. Wait a minute, beautiful. I love when people question and wonder why these people do what they do. But how about 3 days ago, about a week ago, our union president of Local 308 was in Washington, D.C. at a golfing tournament. And nobody has a mask on. At least I do got my mask on my arm. Nobody got a mask on. They said, due to COVID-19, we will not have a membership meeting. Do it look like they worried about 6 foot?
No.
Are y'all sure they ain't 6 foot apart?
No.
Oh, let me make sure, because they got glasses. She got glasses on. Are these men 6 feet apart?
They don't even look 6 inches apart.
Okay, so I woke up this morning and I wrote the international president, who they boss, okay? And I say, good morning. This correspondence is to request you restore our monthly meeting Tuesday, October the 12th, 2021, or issue 4 refunds to all dissatisfied ATU 308 members. Business as usual will not continue in the Chicago, Illinois. Sincerely, Cheryl Sistrunk. This was sent at 5:35 a.m. Do you see it?
I see it.
Now, one thing I know about an email, if somebody send you an email at 4, 5, 6 in the morning, you open them emails because they're important. But guess what popped up on the computer on all of the union pages today? Wait, child, I got the other one now. All of a sudden, they done issue a Zoom meeting. October the 8th, State of the Union. This have never happened in the history of niggerism. They got a meeting for us coming. Now, one thing about the Zoom meeting, you guys, we have maybe over 5,000, 8,000 members of Local 308. Only 20 people can get in.
They want Zoom?
Did you hear it or you scared? Yeah.
That's crazy.
If you are not a bootlicker, you ain't their best friend, you don't kiss ASS, you don't get into Zoom. I tried to get in the previous Zoom, couldn't get in it. But I think the head international president, John A. Costa, called asking, why is somebody sending me a Zoom 5 o'clock in the morning saying that y'all cancel the meeting? because y'all just won $1 million purse at Washington, D.C. September, I think it was September the 5th. What day was they at? They was there September the 5th. They was at they say it's a charity event that they was at. That they won $1 million. They don't tell nobody how many prizes they won at the golf tournament. But they so tired from their 4-day golf tournament that they canceled the regular mass meeting and they had a week to rest up. So that means you're the president of the union, right? If you can't be there, what that mean? Your vice president is supposed to chair the meeting. If the vice president is tired, that means that the secretary treasurer is supposed to chair the meeting or the second vice president. You get it? But here they running the whole charade for $74.95. They pay over $56,000 a month to the ATU International. But they won't hold no meetings for us because they feel that they run the show. They're using their position as high-ranking union members to do whichever way they want to do it. But I saw somebody post. They say the CTA, Keith Hill and Eric Dixon have taken away our union meetings with control, then turn around and give you a Zoom meeting with no control. It's all bull crap. Members, they are feeling pressure, continue to talk to one another, continue to stand up. It's your contract. You deserve the truth and have all the rights to make the decisions in the contract. Don't let CTA and the elected officials, people steal this from us. So because we don't have anyone that is an elected official to stand up and that is there to do right, we are in the worst shape that we've ever been in ATU 241 and 308. Then they filed false police reports against good standing union members. Corruption. So here on Intellectual Radio, popping up with Cheryl Sistrunk, I will notify y'all of the corruption because, I can't believe it. They were just laid up in Washington, D.C., had their feet up, had 3 pillows under their head, and now they get back and they don't want to hold their meeting. They have a job to do.
Right.
And your job is to hold these mass meetings and see what grievances and see what arbitrations is going on. But everybody is in bed with somebody, but it's not the membership. But the membership has to come together. If the membership continue to say, well, I don't like her, I don't like you, I don't like her. Listen, we all are at the bottom of the totem pole. We're barely able to feed our children. And the people that are holding the keys to the door make $150,000 a year. And they don't care about you, me, her, or anybody. But if you stand up and you talk and you raise your voice, you can be heard. Sure, it may be 2 or 3 of us that will stand. But I learned as a little child, where 2 or more together, there he will be also. And he's more than the whole world against you. I know they don't think that popping off could make a change. But I guarantee you somebody sees this. This is heard on iHeartRadio. This is heard on YouTube. This is on Instagram. This is on Facebook Live. And someone is going to happen to one day turn this on and say, wait a minute, they filing false police reports because they don't like certain individuals. That's wrong. And they have to learn the rules of the law and to learn that doing wrong to people because they disagree with you is wrong. We all will not agree, but we can all get along without being disagreeable. Different views, everybody have a different view. But here on Intellectual Radio, we're going to pop off and we're going to bring out this corruption. I know what Lori doing, but we cannot let Eric Dixon and Keith Hill continue to cancel our mass meetings, but go on all other international trips.
Right.
It's wrong to sit up in these hotels and they're using our $74.95 to lay up on them soft pillows. And then when it's time for the meeting the next week, Y'all make it uh very hard for us to stop what you're doing. But this is what I want y'all to know that's looking at intellectual radio. My mind is already in 2023, 2024, when the election comes. And I'm going to remind them of what they've done wrong and why you should not vote for these individuals, from Eric Dixon, Penny McCoach, Deborah Lane. Everybody is kissing up to the wrong people, but to their members that make sure that they're able to pay their car notes. They're able to live in Homer Glen and Country Club Hills with these checks that they're getting from us. But they have forgot about the little people. And you know when you forget about the little people, they vote you out. So, Lori Lightfoot, I hope you're looking. Bye, Lori. We don't have to deal with you too much longer. Bye, Eric Dixon. Bye, Deborah Lane. Bye, Penny McCoach. Bye, Mark Weems, because you're out of order. Y'all out of order. I done went and bought a gavel. I got another piece. Y'all out of order. And it's time to vote these people out that don't care about your livelihood. They don't care if you have anything in the house to eat. They don't care about anything but going to buy a Mercedes Benz. They don't care anything but going to buy them a $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 with this union money. I mean, they filing PPP loans and didn't tell us anything. But I'm gonna make y'all remember 2023. Y'all out of order. So before I close, do not forget Pretty Finesse Cosmetics, you guys. My daughter has revamped it. And when I tell you guys, this ain't for the older crowd that don't wear the lashes, but the young girls, baby, that like they lip popping. I mean, she has everything, girl. She got the cute lashes, y'all. She done revamped it, y'all. We got every flavor now. So she has all of the luscious lip glosses and lashes for everyone of every flavor. Y'all gonna have to check out Pretty Finesse Cosmetics. This is Pretty with an I, Pretti, Finesse Cosmetics. Her name is Andrea Terrell, and baby, she is doing it. Young black entrepreneur, only 28 years old, and making a difference in how beautiful your lips can look for your husband, baby. So I want you two lovely ladies just to introduce who you are, if anyone wanted to contact you guys just for the last time. And we're going to close out because I am so honored to even be in y'all presence. Do you know that? The floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for having us on. I'm Terry Rudd, and it's been an honor, a pleasure, and I'm humbled by your intellectual show and your fight and your zeal. And it's going to take more than just voting.
Yes.
You got to get out there and organize. You've got to stop these thieving union hacks from taking away your meetings and doing this democratic process. I mean, at CTU, they did not stop having House of Delegate meetings. These are thousands of workers that meet via Zoom. So they're lying. They're lying. You got to fight back, because these jobs that you all have right now are the jobs our young people inside these high schools are going to have. So if you ain't going to fight for them, then they ain't going to have no future. So I just deplore and beg you to fight back. Voting is just not enough. You got to organize.
Yes.
So thank you for having me on, Cheryl.
Yes.
I don't want to have to follow that. That was very inspiring. I'm inspired. Thank you so much for having me on here. What an honor to be able to talk about the stuff I care about, vaccinations and our kids and Chicago. And it was really, really a pleasure. I hope everybody watching this gets vaccinated. If you have questions, and put them in the chat, I'll find the answers and I'll type them in on Facebook.
Could you tell them where to get the earrings from?
Oh, I think
I'm buying a pair, you guys.
My sister, I think they're selling them on Instagram, and I think it's called Vaccine Bling. So
that is so beautiful. Listen, I'm getting some vaccine bling. Now, don't be looking at me crazy when y'all see me wearing them, because, baby, them are too gorgeous. All right, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to the CPT time of Intellectual Radio. Popping up with Cheryl Sistrunk, Miss Terry, and Miss Cheryl. And listen, the fight is on, Chicago.
That's right.
Don't let these people make you think what they're doing is right when it is wrong, dead wrong. They need a whole foot up their shabazz. All right, Intellectual Radio. Until next week, you guys. God bless you and good night.
Peace.
Y'all are so beautiful.
That was great.
Yeah, you know.
Can't nobody love you like I do. Can't nobody love you like I do.